Dr. Grafton, and I broke this presentation into two parts. So, welcome to part two. Um, we were having a discussion over the different decisions that you're going to make, and we're going to start here with the finance decision. Okay, basically in finance, our goal is to acquire capital to fund and growth operations. We can issue stock, we can issue short-term debt, we can issue long-term debt. Um, we can issue dividends to your shareholders. We can balance your debt portfolios, and we can manage your performance. So the main goal then in this area is to finance the company's investments and make sure the cash position is positive at the end of the year. Uh, there's three main functions we do here. We can borrow money, we can retire money, we can issue dividends. We go into decisions under finance and borrowing the money. We can look at long-term debt, 10-year bonds. We can issue stock, selling common stock to the public. We can issue current debts, borrowing one-year notes. We can retire money. We can retire bonds early. We can repurchase shares. And we can issue dividends, giving money to our shareholders. Issuing these dividends is not mandatory, so you might want to make sure that your company is doing pretty good before you start talking about issuing dividends. One of the things that we need to be careful about with our finances is the program is not going to let you go broke. There's a you'll see it when you go through the tutorials. If you go into debt, then you'll get a short-term loan. You'll get a visit from Big Al, and they'll make sure you have money to keep your company afloat. The problem is all that'll be due in the next round, so you don't really want to get yourself in a situation where you're getting an emergency loan. Um, these numbers are only as good as your forecasting, so the actual results could be different. So your goal is to be as close to the actual results as possible. Performance then are a tool that's in Capstone where you can look into your future. Okay, these performance use decision made in the current year to project a company's performance in the next year. So you can analyze them, and this is critical. And so the ones that are available to you are the balance sheet, the income statement, the cash flow, and the financial ratios. So as you're in there making decisions, you need to go back and look at these. Now, having said that, the performers are projecting something, but it might not actually show in the when the round is processed that that's exactly what performance will happen, because you get the, as you do in the marketplace, the randomness of the market can have some effect on that. Okay, so some of the additional modules that we're going to see, uh, we're going to do TQM and sustainability, human resources, and advanced marketing. We're not going to be doing the labor negotiations. So how do we score on these things? Okay, the uh, practice rounds and the competition rounds both have evaluation uh, guidelines. So you'll see how you the points that you're going to earn for doing each of the rounds. And we're going to be using the balance scorecard and the analysis report, analyst report to derive those points from. Okay. Uh, the balance scorecard then it gauges the company's performance on four perspectives: the customer, the internal business process, learning and growth, and financials. In the simulation, a perform a balance scorecard is available to you that's going to project results for the upcoming year. So you can see on here the details. It talks about stock price, profits, leverage, contribution margin, plant utilization, days of working capital, stock out cost, inventory carry cost, customer buying criteria, customer awareness, customer accessibility, product count, S and G and A expenses, and employee turnover rates. So all your decisions that you're making are going to be affected, and you're going to see these in each round. In the practice rounds, we're going to go through 4 rounds. In the competition round, we're going to go through all 8. So you'll see a score for each round, and you'll see a score uh, for the final at the end. So some of the success measures that we can look at. This is another way of looking at how your company is doing. Uh, You choose the parameters in which your company is measured. In a real world, you might have different goals. You could be looking at cumulative profits, average market share, return on sales, average asset turnover, return on assets, return on equity, ending stock price, and ending market cap. Uh, these are not ones that you're going to be graded on per se, but they're things that you need to be paying attention to because and you can see where your company is headed on the decisions that you and your team are making for that. The analyst report is something you're going to be graded on. This evaluates your companies in 10 categories. So you've got the margins, the profits, emergency loans, the working capital, the market share, customer satisfaction, financial structure, wealth creation, forecasting, and productivity. So you see uh, circles there that have like a pie chart, and each one of those a pie chart represents 100%. So if you see one that's all the way blue, that's 100%. If you see one that's different shapes of the pie, there's a legend at the bottom of this there that'll show that. One of the things, again, we talked about Big Al coming to visit with emergency loans. The simulation is not going to let you go broke. If you do get an emergency loan, then it's something that has to be paid back. Traditionally, what happens, I've seen in my experience, uh, excess inventory gets you an emergency loan. You were taught in accounting, inventory costs money. So if you're not making your sales quotas, you got too much inventory, then you're going to get yourself in a financial situation, and Big Al might come to visit you. So, what do we do on an annual basis? Now, remember, each round that we're talking about uh, is representing a year. So, you want to first and foremost have a business strategy for your company. Get in Canvas and look at the different strategies that are available to you. Analyze your capstone couriers to see what your results are. Make your decisions across your areas. Make sure they're aligned to your strategy. Upload your decisions, confirm it on the website, await the processing. The simulation is going to be processed automatically on the date and time that's in the schedule. Rejoice in your superior capitalistic equum. Begin it all over again. And we'll do this again. You'll get 4 rounds in the practice and 8 rounds in the competition one. Good luck. Hope you enjoy it. Um, if you need success, excuse me, if you need help from Capstone, there's the phone number you can get or the email. Uh, they've been pretty responsive when I've emailed them. Uh, I I am not. If you have questions about the actual business decisions you're making, I'm not here to give you the answer on how to make the decision. I can help talk you through the decision. I can give you comments on what I've seen or what I might not have seen on that. But overall, this is your product, it's your company, and hopefully you can work through the simulation process and have a good time doing it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you online.